Okay. I am fucking here. Ugh. I really need to sketch a new version of me. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something real quick here, because let's just... turn the master volume down and resume. Let's see. Yeah.
Hey, you. Working with Brenglin. Come this way.
Oh.
I overheard you talking to Brett about the root layer. I had to intervene before you took it. I know you will. That rare stock was a batch of counterfeit hooch I was trying to pass off on a wealthy mark. She caught wise. When Brent got into it, I didn't have a heart. It wasn't a real thing. Suppose I could, but I based it on the other man. Believe you when I see it. You do pull it off. Keep me slagged down.
Alright, where am I going? Oh wait, no, I gotta go further in. Listening to this reminds me that I need to get the fucking Command and Conquer Ultimate Collection so I can get back to playing fucking Red Alert 2. Yoink.
You could do something nice with that.
Go to Stros Mackay. Alright. Strosmakai. Support hunting. Don't mind me, just making myself known. Rush. Are you kidding? I can't Blade of Woe a fucking bard? Oh, what the fuck? We're just gonna... Bye-bye. I see that wall of text and I'm just like, no, no, you don't get to stay. Bye-bye. It's like, you're a bot. You can get fucked. Oh, it's upstairs, huh? How doth I go uppeth the stairs? I mean, you can't expect me to feel bad. You murdered a man. What is a man? Fucking Stendari assholes. You killed a vigilant of Stendar. Who cares? It's like, oh no, I killed somebody who worships Aedra. Okay, where's the Wellspring Hooch located, though? So do I have to go back to the Clockwork City?
Building up a style. Good thinking.
Oh, shit. This is a problem. Let's see. I'll no longer be attacked by the law, but if guards see me, they'll still try to bring me in. This calls for some tricky-dicky maneuvering. And resist my urges. I say resist my urges, but wouldn't you know it, I'm a hypocrite. Oh, goodness gracious me. Welcome to Slag Town. Just a few gold short of... what I paid. It's fine. Alright, alright. I think that's enough I almost said TF2. I think that's enough Command and Conquer 2 music. So the question is, where do I get the other... Where do I get the Wellspring Hooch? Send him away so he doesn't start fucking judging me for getting caught. I will not misspell the words of Sotha Sil. I'm sorry, corn pads? Oh, we got our Shev Shabooch! Cooch! Oh, hello. Well, you know what they say, there are no witnesses if everyone is dead.
Please restrict dangerous experiments to designated areas.
Well, so long as none of you are In a guard capacity, I should be fine. Ignore the fact that I'm literally unable to, you know, keep my grubby mitts from stealing everything I set my sights on. I'm sorry. Werewolf musk oil? Just take the werewolf musk oil. Oh. If I just wait for this pilgrim to fuck off. I must kill. I must kill again. Oh, fine. Irritating that I can pickpocket a factotum, but I can't assassinate it. Look, all I'm saying is if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck. Oh, technically nothing that's in here is considered stealing? You know, that is one thing I will say that kind of bugs me about fucking ESO. It's that, like, in games like Skyrim, fucking Oblivion, even Morrowind, lockpicks are one of those things that are kind of, like, hard to get your hands on. You usually have to buy them unless you have a mod to make them yourself. And in ESO, it's like, you can't turn over a crate without finding another fucking, like, half dozen lockpicks. I mean, on the upside, they no longer have a proper weight system. Or rather, it's like they don't have a weight system in ESO. Instead, you have a limited inventory. But at the same time, lockpicking's not that fucking hard. You know, I shouldn't have to have a stockpile of 200 fucking lockpicks. But then again, maybe that's because I'm not incompetent when it comes to lockpicking, and I don't have to, like, try to force my fucking lockpicks like somebody trying to desperately stick their dick in a Cheerio. Alright. Now I gotta leave. Head back into the Brass Fortress proper. The only problem I know is going to happen. Come on, reach for it. The only problem I know is going to happen is the moment I step out there. If there's any guards or guard-like enemies, they are not going to be happy with my very presence. It's like my very existence is going to be an affront. Oh, fuck me. So I bought myself a bag of freeze-dried Skittles.
How dare you, Planet? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
Because a back toad with delusions of grandeur told her fortune. Do you really believe that?
She believed it. Why can't you see?
See what? That following the predictions of a deluded machine got my mother killed? Prove the prognosticator is a fraud. See if I don't.
Now, I don't sell machines. They're living animals, and you need to treat them as such.
Well, I'm close enough to the Outlaws' Refuge. I should be able to...
Find the little thing we talked about? Phew, you really are something. How'd you wind up in a dump like this? Give me a minute to cut this. Little boiler coolant gives it some bite. And there. Genuine Elden root liquor. Promise you'll keep this between us. I like Bren too much to break his heart. He tries so hard to keep us in good spirits. I'll get out of here before you give it to him.
I'm the best fence in all of Clockwork. Ask anyone. Well, don't ask Ruler Drill. He probably has a different opinion. I can polish.
It's always a good day when I can make more than half of my, or more than double what my bounty was.
Hello again, friend. Interest you in a rust crumble cake? It's not so bad once you get past the taste. Texture's nice. This is incredible. Where did you find it? I hope it wasn't too much trouble. Promise I'll stretch this bottle long as it'll last, now that I know better. Now that I got the base for a marinade, it'd be nice to have something to use it on. I'm afraid I used the last of the meat in our larder on that misbegotten stew. Well, that'd be great, but it'll be dangerous. Fabricated critters out in the wild are just as mean as the real thing. Real tender around the flanks, though. Maybe because the machine bits are doing all the work. About a dozen ought to last us a while. One more thing, a special request. Tuba B loved Nixound meat before she wound up here. Brethe Rudarum raises the best you can find, but I can't afford his prices. I'd really like to impress her, and I know where he keeps his stash. You really are the best. Bretheru keeps his fresh meat in an airtight trunk at his stables until he's ready to either cook it or preserve it. If he just nick a little, he does well for himself, probably won't even miss it. Oh, well, I mean, you could, sure. It's just, I could never pay you back for something like that. Just one cut costs more than I'll even have in my life down here. Everybody down here is special to me. We're all we've got. But I do guess I got a soft spot for her. She's never once complained about my cooking. Even when I know it's eye-wateringly bad, it's always, thank you, and a scratch behind the ears. Only that they're probably more dangerous than your average beastie, but I'd be...
There we go. A matter of tenderness.
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted a better future for you.
Because of Bacteria's delusions of grandeur told her fortune.
These Nixhounds may be part machine, but they're all animal at heart. I care for them the best I can and love them. If I do, it's mostly a coincidence. They're hand-raised mostly just for my own needs, but I'll sell off some surplus now and again. Takes a lot of effort, so I don't part with it cheap. I can fetch some from my larder, if it's worth it to you. You'll never find meat more mercifully raised, I'll promise you that. Might put this toward new bedding for Twitchy and Hopper.
Honestly, just a little under 700 gold. That's really not that much.
What is it?
It's like I can make that back just by fucking filching shit off of people's bodies. Or just stealing from containers across the city. Who's talking about murder? Not me. I'm a good guy. I'm a good boy.
With a bounty like that, you won't last the day.
Really, lady? It's 92 gold. Oh, you won't last the day. Shut up. I mean, I probably won't. It's like I got up to a point in the GameCube version and then I got stuck and I really just can't be fucking bothered. Like, there was just this segment in Thousand Year Door where I got stuck. And I literally, and no matter where I went, no matter what I did, I could no longer make any forward progress. Like, I don't know if the game bugged out or what. Like, honestly, the only way I'd be able to tell you is if I went back and tried to play it again. And right now, I'm not in the mood for Paper Mario. You know, it's like I have nothing against the game. It's like there are still other games that I started playing and then I stopped playing that I need to pick back up again and try to finish. Oh, there's two of you. I mean, yeah, this is true. It is a bad habit. Like, Lord knows there's any number of games that I have in my library that I haven't even beaten. Or started, for that matter. Oh, shit. It's like if I'm going to be doing something like that, I need to just figure out what game on my I've already started this, I have to finish list, you know, that I have, and just be like, okay, I'm going to dedicate a day out of the week to try to make progress in this game.
On the hunt. such thing as a wasted day, so long as we go fishing.
Like, I could probably pick a day, like, just try to finish Four Swords. At some point. Not today, though. Because my whole entire thing is like, yes, there are certain games that I can play for fucking hours. Like, there are games that I can literally just invest stupid hours into. But then there are certain games where it's like, I can only tolerate them in small doses.
Couldn't have landed that better myself.
Like, even if it's a game that I actually enjoy, there are just some games out there where it's just like, I can only tolerate so much of it before it kind of starts to lose my interest and become monotonous. It's like games like Fallout, Skyrim, or Fallout 4, Skyrim, fucking Stardew Valley, games like that. I can literally throw hours, just hours and hours of time at. Which is weird because Stardew Valley is one of those games that's like, for some people, it's slow torture. But I happen to have a incredibly lengthy fondness for those style of games. Granted, like, in that particular genre, in no given order, like, I will say that my favorite entries in the series, or like of that particular genre, it's like, I loved Harvest Moon Back to Nature on the PlayStation. I loved Friends of Mineral Town on the Game Boy Advance. Fucking Harvest Moon GBC. Oop. Harvest Moon 64. Harvest Moon DS. And, like, non-Harvest Moon games like Stardew Valley. I tried so hard to get into My Time at Portia, and just, I couldn't do it. That game is just fucking, it puts on a friendly face, but it is as empty as it gets. And I will probably try to play the Yakuza series again. I don't care how it's pronounced. It could be pronounced Portobello, and I still won't care. It's a shit game. it's like the whole entire reason why it's like I thought I would like it. I genuinely thought, okay, maybe this will be a great game. It looks like a Harvest Moon clone. I'm fine with Harvest Moon clones. But it's trying too hard to do too much at once. It wants to do survival style gameplay. It wants to do house building. It wants to do farming. It wants to do socializing and all this other shit. And I'm like, find one thing that you can be good at and do that. I can't even do that with my life. Maybe that's why I enjoy games like Stardew Valley and shit like that. It's because, at least in those games, I have the illusion of having my shit together. Whereas I turn around, the moment I get off my game, I look around at my real life and I go, oh, fucking hell, is this what I have to live with? But it's like there are just certain games where it's like I can only handle them in certain dosages, like certain amount of time, and okay, I played, I had a little bit of fun, and I'm done. Like Four Swords, I can do like maybe one chapter at a time, and then I'll be okay, cool. I'll play another game. Or Dead by Daylight, I'll be like, okay, I could do like maybe 2 or 3 matches and then I'm done. Same with games like Fortnite. Like, I'll sit there and be like, okay, you know, 3 or 4 games, I'm done. I got my competitive, I scratched my competitive itch, I'm happy now. See, that's the thing is with Lewin, I would play Dead by Daylight with Lewin, but oh, of course, that's because he's an altruist. That's like with me, I don't play Survivor. I play Killer. I prefer playing Killer. Because to me, playing Killer is much lower stress. I should talk to a shrink. I could tell you where most of my fucking stressors come from. Like, without issue, I can easily say, I know what my X factors are. I definitely know what my fucking X factors are. It's like, my X factors are the fact that I live with 2 individuals who do not contribute to as much of the house as they should be, leaving the bulk of the heavy lifting in this house on my fucking shoulders. And there's nothing I can do about it because they are technically family, and I'm not about to just straight fucking evict them. Not only that, but if I evicted them, I'd lose my only way to get into town without having to walk everywhere. But it's like, I am consistently unable to actually save money because I am constantly having to dip into whatever holdings I have to dig their asses out of the deep shit. It's like, oh, they have to pay X bill because something happened. Oh, well then I guess I have to pay all of the other bills. You know, I already pay the Like, the only utility bill that I do not pay is the fucking, like, the city bill. Water and gas. That's literally the only bill that I do not pay. I pay the electric bill. I pay the internet. I pay the rent on the property that we live on. I pay for the phone lines of 3 fucking people. And they don't contribute 1 red cent. They pay the city bill sometimes. Other times, I have to pay it. And it's just, it's frustrating as fuck to me because it's like, you people are older than me. Much fucking older than me. I would expect 2 grown-ass adults to be able to get their shit together. To be able to actually, you know, financially have their shit together. It shouldn't be up to the youngest person in the house to literally bear the brunt of everything. Like, that's not fair to me. And it's like, yeah, I know. The world is not fair. The world, you know, shit happens. The world is not a fair place. But it's still just, like, frustrating. Because it's like, there are things I would love to do, places I would love to go, things I would like to see, but unfortunately, I can never manage to save money to do these things because I am constantly having to bail them out of the shit. And it's like, more often than not, I feel like they don't respect me. Like, I am the fucking homeowner. I own the house. I don't own the property that it's on, but I own the house. But they don't treat me like I own the house. They treat me like this is some sort of roomie situation. And it's frustrating, irritating. Like, it makes me feel like a lesser, and it makes my already, like, delicate anger issues worse. You know, it's like, I have anger issues. I know I have anger issues. But, like, when people think that I just... The problem is, there are no therapists in my city. There is no, like, mental health care network or... like, people I can actually talk to here in this town. Because it is a small fucking podunk one-horse town. And even then, unfortunately, when it comes to things like therapy, talking to a therapist or a psychologist, that costs money. More money than I can actually spend or afford. And it's like, I'm pretty sure my healthcare provider through Walmart doesn't actually cover proper mental health, like, mental health networks. They'll probably just try to get me in touch with, like, a life coach or some shit like that. It's like, no, motherfucker, that's not what I need. I don't need somebody to tell me, you need to go out and you need to walk more. You need to broaden your horizons. Motherfucker, I will broaden your asshole with my fist. It's like, I don't know if you know this, Doc. It's like, I don't know if you realize this, Doc, but I don't have time to quote-unquote take a breather, to quote-unquote broaden my horizons. I have to work 40 hours a fucking week. It's like I work 40 hours a week for a company that I am constantly trying to remind myself, I'm trying to constantly lie to myself and pretend that they care.
Useful. Hold on to that.
Granted, as fucking, like, constantly struggling with depression and shit as I am, somehow I have managed to avoid becoming a nihilist. It's like the one thing that brings me at least some measure of, I don't even know if happiness is the right word, but it's like one of the few things that actually brings me some measure of relief, entertainment, relief from the tedium. You know, a little spice to break up the monotony of my day-to-day is my streaming. The problem is, because of my depression, there are just some days where I just sit there and I go, I really just don't want to do anything. I can't do anything right. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to be involved with anything. And it's like, there's part of my brain that, you know, says that shit, but then there's that other part of the rational part of my brain that's screaming at me, the logic center of my brain screaming, going, no, you can't just not do anything. If you don't stream, if you stop streaming, if you don't produce content for people to consume, then guess what? The fucking algorithm will drop you out of existence. You know, if you don't feed the algorithmic gods, you suddenly become an unworthy follower and you're no longer worthy. If that makes sense. Ever since fucking, like, content production or content platforms started fucking utilizing machine learning and algorithmic learning, it fucking ruined everything. You know, it's like, instead of shit being done organically, now it's all being spoon-fed to people through a fucking algorithm.
Broke it down for parts.
You know, and then you have people sitting there going like, well, shit, I'd like to produce the content that I want to produce at the rate that I would like to produce it at, but if I don't hustle out as much content as possible, the angry digital god algo will disown me. Which is why we have to deal with all these content creators who prioritize quantity over quality. Why in the world did I say quality so weird? Quality. pair that with the fact that we got all these motherfuckers out there who were sitting there going, but the advertisers are advertisers. We gotta appease the advertisers, you guys. You can't say naughty things.
Writers Guild now.
When a clock... That's just one...
It's like, you cannot say the naughty things. You cannot talk about naughty topics. Otherwise, the advertisers won't be happy if you do that. Fuck you, and fuck your advertisers. What the fuck is a waft? I'm looting will-o-wisps. Like, a part of me wishes we could go back to the days of, like, old YouTube, where it didn't matter what you said so long as you weren't being, like, a total dickbag. Or hell, even when you were being a total dickbag, so long as you weren't being, like, a radical extremist or something like that. It's like, say what you want, do what you want, just create content and bring eyes to the platform. Like, sure, it brought in some... Hello. Like, it brought in some less than pleasant individuals. God damn it. Lone wolf. Like, old YouTube brought in some less than pleasant individuals to the sphere, but at the same time, it's like, okay, sure, but you give an idiot enough rope and they'll hang themselves. You don't have to worry about their ideas fucking influencing people. It's like, stop protecting people. That's what kind of fostered in this whole entire generation of fucking idiots. It's like you have an entire generation of people who are sitting there fucking whining and crying if something so much as looks at them funny. It's kind of like, oh no, it questioned my worldview. Oh wow. Oh, what the fuck?
Someone else, why don't you?
Okay, so Sharp as Night doesn't like machines and he doesn't like ghosts. You know, it's like one of the biggest issues with life is that we stopped letting fucking natural selection do its job. And even, like, there's even, friggin' social natural selection. It's like, what? Are you gonna be offended by every... What the fuck? What happened? Am I going deeper into the shadow cleft, or... did the game boot me? All I know is the sound started going away. Oh. But I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one, you know? Maybe I'm just strange because it's like I remember when, you know, when I was a young'un on the fucking interbutts, like there was no quote unquote safe spaces to hide behind. There was no like running and crying to a moderator or something like that. There was, if somebody said something mean to you that you didn't like, you learned to fucking block or mute them. It was that fucking simple. On top of that, it was like, hey, guess what? Most of you kids these days would not fucking survive in, like, a mid to early 2000s fucking Halo or Call of Duty lobby. It's like, I guarantee you, most of us have been called slurs, most of us have been called horrible, angry things, and somebody has claimed to have done something with our mothers since the dawn of time. Come on. Give me the waft. Then again, I also kind of grew up in an age where, like, if somebody said something mean to you, you either said something just as mean back, or you fucking put them on ignore. You learn to thicken your fucking skin and cultivate your own, or, you know, curate your own fucking online experience. People tend to forget that shit, and they expect everybody to bend to their needs, their whims. It's like, no, sorry, not sorry. I'm not gonna change who I am just because, you know, just because something I said makes you feel a little uncomfortable. It's like, if I said something that's genuinely pig ignorant, then yeah, sure, I expect to be called out on it. Because there's a difference between just being mean and being ignorant. And it's like, surprise, I'm mean. Well, not necessarily mean. I can be mean. Like, I try not to be mean. But, like, if somebody is unnecessarily mean to a friend of mine, or, you know, does something to invoke my wrath, then by all means, I'm going to basically do everything in my power to metaphorically turn you inside out, asshole first. That is not a scarecrow.
The great gear turns in my favor for a change. You have a perception tabulator. Did Adjunct Darrow send you to find me? Of course he did. Listen carefully. That should be the least of your concerns. If you don't do exactly what I tell you, you'll end up like me. Then some foul, not so loud.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Fucking Nocturnal and her bullshit. This place reeks of the Evergloom.
Should have been more prepared.
feels like it. I see you.
You're going to regret this.
Like, I don't know. It's just... It's like, I watch people. That's what I do. I study and watch the way that societies shift and change. And unfortunately, I've been noticing... I've been noticing a very... how do I put it? Downward spiral kind of trend since, like... 2013, 2012, somewhere in that neighborhood.
How dare you? You... I remember...
It's like, call me a fuddy-duddy, but... Like, I've just... You know, it's just hard to notice, or hard not to notice, the way, like, internet social activity has, like, the landscape of the internet has kind of shifted, and not for the better.
There's something worth bragging about.
You did well. Now return to the Clockwork City and let Darrow know what you learned.
Yeah, well, first things first, I have a Sky Shard to touch.
Let's see what you're made of.
Whee! I wonder... No, that wasn't it then. Pardon me, I have to kill you.
Never a dull moment. That will teach them not to cross us.
And I think like, one of the main reasons why I'm just kind of like, nowadays I'm just kind of reluctant to talk to, like, socialize or open up to anybody is like, whenever you talk to somebody, they will immediately, like, go through your entire, like, they'll go through your friends lists, they'll go through your social media posts, they'll comb through your entire history and just be like, oh, you talk to person X, I can't be associated with you because person X is, like, a bad person, and that means you're a bad person by proxy. It's like, I'm sorry, why must every fucking online conversation suddenly turn into a Hitler ate sugar moment? It's like, are we not allowed to have friends with differing opinions? Are we only allowed to be friends with quote-unquote our tribe? It's like, I can understand not wanting to socialize or be friends with people who actively rub shoulders or hobnob with people who actively try to lead that kind of lifestyle, who just, like, who will actively try to smear and slander a person for no other reason aside from they felt like it. Which is why it's like, if people question, like, who I socialize with, it's like, oh, well, why are you friends with this person? I heard that this. It's like, I don't care what you heard. It's like, surprise, surprise, I'd rather have the truth from the mouth of the individuals rather than play a fucking overcomplicated game of Chinese whispers.
You weren't keeping score, were you? Me neither.
Though I will say, I find it, like, absolutely fucking hilarious that the people who will sit there and try to tell you full-chested that, like, oh, we understand things, we respect your difference of opinion, we this, that, and the other thing, we're so fucking, like, welcoming and positive, are literally some of the nastiest, most fucking foul-tongued, untrustworthy individuals I have ever met, who would willingly stab you in the back or sell you out at a moment's notice if it gave them clout. It's like, does it matter if it's true? Fuck no. But it makes them popular with their tribe. kind of wish ectoplasm had an actual use. Aside from some quick gold.
You returned. Dead? Shadow array? I suppose the perception tabulator will explain it.
Always finding room for improvement.
You're goddamn right. Oh. No, I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online. Wouldn't. Like, I would not sell out anybody for any reason unless, like, the only time that I could find myself justifying, like, literally ratting someone out is if I found out they're, like, I don't know, say, like, a legitimate fucking diddler or like an actual animal abuser or something like that. In which case, yeah, I'd have no fucking issue, like, narking them out. But that's because at that point, that's not even a matter of, you know, being a snitch. That's literally a matter of, are you actually a morally good person or are you an actual piece of shit? You know, if somebody were to walk up to me and be like, "Oh, we'll get you 300,000 followers, blah 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 blah," I find this funny. That got caught by the auto mod for quote unquote being aggressive. It's like, how is that being aggressive? But you know what I mean. It's like, I ain't talking about somebody who's a gooner or somebody who's a coomer. I'm talking about the nasty kind of people who deserve to have their fucking, be chemically castrated and left out on a deserted island to die of exposure. Childhood trauma? I don't know what you're talking about. But it's like, I'm of the opinion that what you do on the internet is nobody else's fucking business. Just so long as it's not, like, actually legitimately 110% illegal.
Good to get stocked up. Got your back.
But there are some camps out there that look at the idea of having a differing opinion and going, "You're wrong and you should be treated like a criminal for it." But then again, these are also the same types of people who will sit there and tell you that cancel culture is not real, you guys. It's like, really? Really? You have the gall to say that when I can point to at least one very well-known instance where somebody tried to make sure that somebody else got their entire career and got their character assassinated and their entire career destroyed. Didn't work, but they tried, by God. And all over something so fucking stupid as a guy not wanting to review a fucking movie. But I'm gonna get off my pedestal. I'm gonna stop fucking preaching. Because nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear somebody going on a long-ass yarn about fucking how they feel modern internet culture can eat a bag of dicks and choke on it.
Let's just do what we came here for and get out of here.
Oh, quit your bitching, Sharp.
I just don't know. I always expected Clockwork City to be a bit more hospitable.
We need not the grease of luxury to find our sequence here.
Still, you never tire of it? The smell of oil or the taste of gruel?
Your mind must become a gear, a single constant winding in perfect regulation. Do not let such thoughts rust your mind.
Jesus Christ, that sounds...
No use crying over spilt milk. Milk.
Yeah, totally not a cult. Not a cult, you guys. Spiritual enlightenment, not a cult. Then again, this is also a city that was built by one of the fucking members of the tribunal, so...
I don't haggle.
I'm sorry, spicy beet salad? Yeah, like I was saying, it's like this is a city built by a member of the fucking tribunal, a group of individuals who literally turned themselves into living gods. So, I suppose it only makes sense that it would kind of rally the kind of mentally deficient yahoos who would actually just sit there and blindly worship them. Um.
Oh, hey friend. I was hoping to see you again. Was just popping up for some fresh-ish air, and what do I find but the tangy smell of fresh meat? Looks like you've had some luck at the butcher's. Perfect. I can take that off your hands now. Gonna need to give it a good soak in that marinade before I can get dinner started. Come by later and I'll have something to thank you for all this good effort. I insist.
Into the refuge. I keep eating these freeze-dried Skittles when I still have like several boxes of I've got several boxes of matcha Pocky and several more boxes of almond crush Pocky in the fridge. Wow. Not gonna lie, I've never actually tried matcha Pocky. I've tried matcha Kit Kat. It's weirdly buttery.
All right, friends. The guest of honor has arrived. Cooked up something special for you all. Soon to be favorites, I'm sure. For you, Kara, a mushroom-filtered meat stew. No more of that overwhelming metallic tang, I promise. And for you, Maurice,
Good thinking.
root liqueur,
Let's
marinated
thaw out
fabric
a
chop,
little before we
neatly
get
braised.
moving again.
Soon to put Slagtown on the culinary map. And finally, tuba beef, the crown jewel of my feast. Hand-fed Nick's fillets in a mushroom and root liqueur reduction.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
And for my newest friend, I have a special treat.
Don't stare at me like that, Jesus Christ. Yes, you get midstream snacking ASMR. My apologies, but goddamn, I'm fucking starving. I really wish these NPCs would stop fucking staring at me like this. It is uncomfortable.
I never would have been able to concoct any of these wonderful dishes without you. And you've clearly got an appreciation for food. So, I've conjured up a unique recipe to help you through your time in Clockwork City. I hope you enjoy it.
Oh boy, cancer!
Nothing too difficult, I promise. Most of the ingredients should be readily available in Clockwork City, so you shouldn't have to jump through any more hoops for a decent meal.
All right. Here goes.
Might need a little nip of that liquor after this. Delicious.
Hey, Bren, this is good. You did it.
Oh, my. There is a hint of home in this. Thank you.
I mean, it's still food from a wood elf. I don't know if I can trust it. Because, you know, elf. Alright, I have a lot of fish to gut. Fabricant flesh, perfectly seared and braised in local fruits. What passes for fruit, at least. Woof, but look what it takes to make. Fuck that. Oh, the ingredients should be readily found around here. Yeah, Perfect Row and Frost Miriam are so easily readily found, you fucking wood elf piece of shit. I don't care what myrrh they are. Bosmer, fucking Dunmer. The only myrrh I might trust is an Orsimer. Because you can't go wrong with a weapon forged by an orc. Oh wait, do I have a shitload of stolen goods? Not a shitload, but enough to be worrying. Ugh. Let's talk to a fence.
I'm the best fence in all of Clockwork. Ask.
Hey, I almost made 2,000 gold off of that. And I almost got another point in my ledger main. Let's see, what quests do I have here? There we go. Most complicated machine. Or wait, what jobs do you have?
Looking to help us tarnished in Slagtown? We have a mighty need for some supplies. You'll get payment, of course, but we're looking for a tough sort who doesn't mind traveling to some rather nasty locales.
No thanks. The most I'm looking for is craft work. But I don't know if they have crafting dailies here. That would be a big old negatory.
What is it?
It's your mom.
Nothing worse than sand.
Nothing worse than sand in your armor. You sure? Oh, really? That's a furnishing? I suppose I'll keep it then. Whoops. Come on, fucking move. Goddamn elf.
We've got a lawbreaker here.
Ah, eat my ass.
Don't let that fetcher get away.
I'm going to kill you. Witness me committing a minor crime, will you? It's like, crimes? What crimes? I didn't commit any crimes. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't actually carry out with that. Fate saw you survive on this day. So, I didn't exactly get away with that.
Get away from there, Fetcher.
Fuck you. I'm gonna touch it just for the sake of it. Okay, she travels between points, which means if I'm patient,
Run away before I call the guard.
there's a difference between saying and doing. Jesus. I have to let her death rattle last that long? Ah.
I hope you know you're being watched.
Unfortunately. I suppose I should probably... Oh. There's always a grand difference between do I have to and do I want to.
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Oh, just biding my time. A higher grade treasure. I figure enough time spent here going back and forth, and deleting NPCs. Come on. It's a fucking piece of cloth. Why can't I just...
Not only did you commit a crime, you were caught in the act.
Shut up.
A real criminal would have gotten away with that.
That's fine. I mean, if I'm gonna be killed on side by the law, why not make it worthwhile? Oh, would you look at that? I killed her without getting caught.
What do you think you're doing, Swit?
You don't have anything nice to say, maybe don't say anything at all. see, your chests respawn up here. A chest. Any chest. Well... yeah, it's bogus. Here I was hoping to find a nice little silver chest. Here, what's your name? Duh. All right, now we just.
You're caught, so it's time to behave yourself. Let's.
Fuck you!
Proper.
They thought they could catch me.
My sister has a knack for magic. Got swooped up real quick. Me? I'm content making a life out here in Slagtown, living by my own rules.
Brand's trying to get us meat again.
Alright, so that was.
I miss my molar.
Maybe you should chew more carefully next time.
Let's see, that was 1,185 gold.
A lot of my elder.
Oh, right.
I can polish up any dirty goods you have. Cleaner.
So let's see how much gold I will make back. First, make sure I don't have anything I need to launder. Ha! We made a 600 gold profit! Wanton murders back on the menu, boys! Ah, shit.
Hey, got a job for someone who don't mind getting their shoes wet.
Capable combatants needed for hazardous work. Please respond for more information.
I think I went in the door a little too soon. Yes, we have increased pickpocket capability. Let's see. If I can avoid unnecessary combat, I'll try. I hate how there are some items that look like they should be lootable, but they're just part of the environment. Mind your own business. A twisted spring? What about a bent whirligig? The shit I throw out of my hands is stronger than the shit you throw out of yours. Sorry.
Who are you? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't reduce you to dust where you stand.
I'm the last person you want to make a threat like that towards because I literally killed and gutted people just for the change in their pockets.
He what? No, absolutely not. That experiment cost me everything I held dear. I was a fool to try it. Sovor of all people should know that. The only thing I want is to put an end to Bolin's misery. You want to make things right? Help me free his soul from its machine prison. Do that, and maybe, just maybe, I'll be willing to entertain. Remove the black soul gem from his factotum body and return it to me. He'll resist you, and as that machine, Bolin is extremely dangerous. He nearly killed me during his last episode. In the meantime, I don't know. I'd like nothing more than to smash it into 1,000 pieces. But there's no guarantee that that would redeem Bolin's soul. I've been so focused on finding and stopping that factotum that I haven't really considered what would come after. My lover. When I was still an apostle. He was mortally wounded in an accident, beyond any hope of survival. But I couldn't accept that. I was enlightened, so I saved his life by transferring his spirit into a factotum.
So you turned him into a dreadnought.
Bolin's consciousness took over the factotum, but the experience changed him. He always had a wild, creative mind, and I confined it to a cold, rigid prison. That stifled existence was too much to bear. It drove him mad. More than certain. Every moment that he lingers in that mechanical shell is torture. For both of us. Just don't damage the Black Soul Gem. Honestly, I'm not sure you... Bolin's moods are unpredictable. In his rare lucid moments, I try to reach out to him. But no matter what I try, I only ever seem to get him worked up into a frenzy. Seeing him like that makes me wish... I wouldn't blame him if he killed me.
Okay, so head out and kill something. Gotcha. You son of a bitch. honestly, like, Black Soul Gems are one of the reasons why, like, it used to be whenever I played Skyrim, whenever I did Azura's whole entire little quest, I would always try to just get the plain old Star of Azura. Because my brain was like, oh, cool, infinite soul gem. But then I stopped and realized a black soul gem is so much better.
Dust aside, the equipment is in good order. We just need the vessel, and we can begin.
Is that them? Have they returned? The world feels so heavy now.
This is dredging up so many unpleasant memories. Please, that's something at least. I've agreed to attempt my experiment again with Sovar as my subject. He's promised to petition the Order to end my exile. If the truth is, I need Sovar as much as...
Yeah, that is kind of shit.
I'd like you close at hand in case Sovar has a similar reaction to the experiment as Bolin. Throw that switch. It's begun. Now would be the time to pray.
I have faith. Don't sense. Observe, learn, apply. Trust in his grand design. Yes, it's sublime. This order.
Ife, I can feel. Thank you. I can feel.
I think it worked. Please, please let it have worked. Is it him? Is that really my Bolin, or just what's left? Will he hate me? Will he even recognize me? I know. It's better than not knowing. Always wondering, but thank you. Bolin? Is it you? Speak to me. I need to know it's still you, please.
Terrory, when did we get so old? It's time now, isn't it?
It is. You're
Yes.
I'm sorry for all the pain it caused.
Love, tears, love. We're liable to rust. There. That's the smile.
Did you see? Bolin! It was him. He seemed whole again. Oh yes. He does seem to be coping well, or he's at least more sedate in his insanity. Don't worry. I'll keep watch over him, and make sure he doesn't lapse into some violent fugue. He'd been suffering for so long. I'm glad his passing was a peaceful one. I have to hope that wherever he finds to rest, he's the same beautiful soul I remember, not the tormented mind I saw in that machine.
I am one with Lord Set's grand design. I can feel my purpose in my very core. My mind is free of the clutter of my living needs. I am no longer burdened by the weight of my decaying flesh. I am free.
Jesus Christ. You're the fucking Mechanicus.
All cogs drive the mechanism. Removing any one from the chain, no matter how small, results in failure. I would no longer exist without the both of you. As promised, I will ensure Terror's reinstatement to the Order. All cogs drive the mechanism.
Jesus Christ, they are the fucking Adeptus Mechanicus.
Continue the quest for understanding. It has always been my purpose, and I have never been better suited for it. In this form, I may labor as tirelessly as Lord Set himself. I have never been better. I may never be better. I only regret not undergoing this self-improvement sooner. The Order was faulty in denying terror's genius. I must correct this error. There is one place where my condition would not be considered unusual. The Asylum Sanctorium. The resident alienists there can best evaluate my psyche. A stable transference will be welcome news. They will need to be convinced of many things. My authenticity, my condition, terrorist reintroduction. Have faith that their flaws will be corrected.
Fucking hell, man. That is some batshittery. Oh shit, I forgot you were there.
What will we learn today? Someday, I'd like to do a research paper on the mercantile ecosystem of cities like this. Where do the goods come from? And where do they go? A most gratifying resolution! Yes?
You've returned in one piece. How gleaming! In your absence of installing the integral of memory. You heard the head. Insert the crystal into its forehead.
Oh.
Reflecting. Oh, I feel positively spring-loaded now. What a kind, generous apostle you are, which I recall is rather strange. I don't quite understand. I function only to know my Lord Sotha Sil and his apostles. You are not my lord, and thus you must be an apostle. Simple. Do you have an inquiry, or perhaps a task for me, apostle? Reflecting. I've come to the conclusion that I am. I have no memory stored of any of my kind who are older, so I conclude that I must be the first. How gleaming. I cannot recall my name, but you may call me Precursor.
You know, I understand that the Clockwork City and everything like that was built by Sotha Sil, but this seems very Dwemer, not Dunmer.
Of course. Let me check my integral of memory. Should be right. Great Sotha Sil in the sanctum. Someone's tampered with my crystalline memory matrix. But wait, something's burned in here. I seem to have left a note for myself. Ahem. Salutations, me. By now you must be wondering what happened to our memory. Dark forces have conspired to corrupt our knowledge of the world. But do not fear. I, the past you, have stored our memory in our other parts.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
A circumstance I have not accounted for. This is me now, not the message. I recall that my design includes both Dwemer and Clockwork parts. I also recall my blueprint, so I can guide my assembly once you find my parts. Sotha Sil guide you, Apostle.
Astounding! The first factotum Sotha Sil created. We simply must complete construction now. The more memory it recalls, the further my research can develop. Council seat, here I come!
Why do I have a feeling I'm about to go on a fucking scavenger hunt?
The Precursor mentioned he was made of Clockwork and Dwemer parts. I'd keep an eye out for the former as you travel around Clockwork City, and search Dwemer ruins out in Tamriel for the latter. And of course...
So this is what those parts I was finding were for. Well, all that shit set aside. Oh, god damn it, I don't need a drink. Give me a second. I need to... There we go. Okay, so this guy enjoys being in big cities, thus increasing to a report increase. Sharp enjoys fishing. And I forget what Ember enjoys.
Another chance of perfection.
I don't suppose you have an issue with me fishing.
Speak to me. I've been waiting for this my entire life.
Me too, Lena. I want to learn how to unleash my inner powers.
What do you want? Do you have an invitation? No invitation, no passage. Because the Academy couldn't find a living person who could tolerate rowing spoiled mages in training back and forth all day long. Plus, I owe the Academy a debt I won't be able to repay in 100 lifetimes. So here I am.
So you're an insufferable asshat. To the Tribunal Temple.
Ah, you've arrived at last. Come forward. We have much to discuss. So, you've chosen to join me. Excellent. I seek a powerful Daedric artifact. It lies hidden in a distant land. A gleaming city filled with danger, curiosity, and contradiction. In such a place, diverse perspective is vital. Thus, you. A voyage that only a few have ever undertaken. We will travel to Sotha Sil's peculiar experiment, the Clockwork City. I have inquiries to make. You will assist me. I do. The Tribunes are not so clever that they could hide such a place from me for long. The city is quite close, and also very far away. Just the first of Sotha Sil's many paradoxes. If you choose to join me, be prepared for many more. You bested Molag Bal in mortal combat. In Cold Harbor, no less. Defeating a Daedric prince in his own realm? That's a feat that even I would have trouble repeating. Only a great fool would pass up the opportunity to employ a prince slayer. Of course you will. Naturally you have questions. Alas, they will have to wait. Servants of the Tribunal do not look kindly on blasphemous journeys like this one. Meet me at the waterfall north of the city. We can discuss the details there. Prepare if you must, but make it quick. Time is not on our side.
I mean the bone zone.
There you are. Come, here, behind the waterfall. My companion arrives at last. Now then, our journey begins in this dreary little cave. Quite a surprise, yes? Believe me, it won't be the last. We can speak freely here, but do make it brief. All this natural splendor is just tedious. The father of mysteries, the clockwork god, the tinkerer, and other such banal titles. Sotha Sil, or Set, is a member of the Dark Elf Tribunal. He reigns over Morrowind as the god of craft and sorcery, the wisest and most reclusive of the three. Ha! No one truly knows Sotha Sil, not even his hordes of wild-eyed worshippers. I studied with him before his ascent, and even then he defied comprehension. His only true peer was Indoril Nerevar. Such a shame what happened to him. Indeed, Saint Nerevar the Captain, our king and greatest champion for a time. He died, tragically, during a journey to the heart of Red Mountain. It was all very sudden. Some believe his retainer, Dagoth struck the mortal blow. Others... Some believe that Sotha Sil, Vivek, and Almalexia murdered Nerevar so they could take divine power for themselves. Who's to say what really happened? In any event, Sotha Sil emerged from the mountain even more inscrutable than before. I think it's irrelevant. The silence of Sotha Sil may come from a place of grief and deep regret. It might be a side effect of his fierce obsessions, perhaps both. How he became a god is no concern of mine. I respect his knowledge, nothing more.
And then Nerevar would wind up several ages later being reborn as the Nerevarine. And fuck shit up.
Sotha Sil hides everything. But more to your point, it's not just a city. It's an incomprehensibly powerful, world-shaping device. Can't leave that sort of thing lying about, can you? Also, Almalexia worries about how it reflects on her divinity. Yes, Sil's fellow tribune. A machine can be studied and perhaps understood in time. She fears that by reducing their divinity to a machine, Sotha Sil lessens the mystique of their godhood. To his great credit, Sil largely ignores these concerns. A Daedric artifact. I take a keen interest in all such objects, but this one seems especially significant. You see, nearly everyone who searches for it winds up dead. Other people are not to Vaith fear. I've not lived this long by shying away from dangerous relics. Anyway, if this artifact inspired someone to slaughter scores of mages, it's clear.
I mean, I see no flaws in this logic.
Draftier than I remembered. Follow me. go. The entrance lies just ahead. You see, just across the ravine. That's our door. Sotha Sil's factotums still remember me. I'd say prepare yourself, but nothing can prepare you for what's to come. Touch the sphere. Clockwork City awaits.
Okay, so it's actually a fucking environment sealed inside of a... Well, I was curious about the weird fucking skyline.
What? This is not the brass fortress. Someone diverted our passage. Audacious, but foolhardy. When I find them, wait. I feel cold. Back, creature! My shadow! My power! Don't let it escape!
Okay, so apparently Nocturne is a big part of this DLC.
Factotums! They're activating! Ready your weapons! I will assist you as best I can! Another batch! Spinning up! Destroy them! More! To the southeast! Make ready! You are interrupting scholarship! This had better be the last of them! Attention, scrap heaps! My shadow remains
Onward
close.
and
We must hurry.
upward.
Swivel swords. From one. I'm in no condition to navigate this maze. Go. Find a way to deactivate these traps. Well done. Killed by spinning knives is not an epitaph worthy of defeat. Now, onward. Eager to see what new wind-up absurdities await us. Where's this place now? Should leave as soon as possible. Sotha Sil constructs his clockwork services. Factotums. Reject anyone who doesn't belong. Someone meant for us to die here.
Oh!
Remedial spellcraft is all I can muster, but I will aid you as best I can. Lead on.
Oh, that was lag. Come on, you discount Cybermen.
Defeat this monstrosity, but don't kill it. Just reclaim my power. All of them, take aim! Stand back. Time to reclaim what is mine. Maliad kebiet tahir! Devakrokad sint morad! Finally. You never know how much you miss a thing until it tries to kill you. More ridiculous machines? I've had enough of this. Come. We still have a long way to go. Behold, the Clockwork City. Finally. Sotha Sil's brass fortress waits at the end of this road. We should go there at once. Keen to find out who sent us on that delightful jaunt through the new Martis.
Debate fear. I warned you never to come back. And you, one of Fear's lackeys, I take it.
Luciana Pullo. Hospitable as ever? Go talk to her. I'll not waste my time speaking with a petulant toy soldier.
Hold there, friend of Fear. I am Proctor Luciana Pullo of the Clockwork Apostles. I don't know how you and this egomaniac breached Lord Set's Celestiadrome, but I won't have non-citizens stirring up mischief in the Brass Fortress. Only just arrived and already trying to grease the gears? New arrivals must secure an endorsement from a citizen in good standing. I'm prepared to overlook your atrocious choice in companions if you can find a sponsor. Until then, you are tarnished.
Tarnished. Having fucking flashbacks.
That's for you to find out. Not many citizens will risk their reputation on a green-heeled stranger, and you'll find no comfort from me. Maybe you should confer with the other tarnished over there. In the meantime, obey the law. I'll be watching. Tread carefully, Fear. I'll be watching.
Luciana clearly hasn't lost her charming demeanor. Predictable. Ah, yes. Their bizarre sponsorship custom. I forgot about that little wrinkle. As a friend and peer of Sotha Sil, I come and go as I please. I suppose it would be best for you to wait out here. If I need you, I'm not a citizen. And even if I were, I'd not waste time wading through their opaque bureaucracy. You've proven yourself to be more than capable. I have no doubt you'll fix. I appreciate your assistance in the pneumatic forge, but for now, our paths must diverge. The artifact we seek will not remain in one place for long. I can one of Sotha Sil's greater lackeys, Chief Proctor of the Clockwork Apostles. You might have noticed some mild cosmetic flaws. Honestly, I think she's more automaton than flesh and blood. She certainly acts the part. Sil takes all kinds. Imperials, Bretons, even Argonians. Luciana may be one of his oldest servants. She served Emperor Riemann Cyrodiil as a battle mage in her younger years. Made quite a name for herself during the Akaviri invasion. According to the legend, she was caught in a torrent of arcane energy during a battle with a rival mage. It mangled her body and sent her hurtling through the veil. She eventually crashed here. Sil found her shortly thereafter and mended her wounds. Indeed. At first, I thought she served him out of some cheap obligation. Reciprocity for his kindness. But apparently, she really believes in this place. I heard they had a bit of a falling out. She still serves him, though, in her dog-like fashion. People like her rarely are. You see, I present a destabilizing influence. I reject all illusions of authority and thus reject their entire way of life. Hierarchy, ritual, reverence, it's all a sham. I respect power, not absurd social constructs. Yes, a monastic order of sorts. They serve Sotha Sil through magical inquiry. Apostles fancy themselves iconoclasts who push the boundaries of magical praxis. There's a seed of truth there, I suppose, but they're still obnoxious. You mean, are they all half-metal monstrosities? More or less. Some modify themselves more than others. It's a form of reverence. They want to be more like Sotha Sil. You see, Sil has some peculiar... Well, I'll let you see for yourself. Sil has many names. Sotha Sil, Set, Sea, the Clockwork God, on and on. Tiresome, if you ask me. The Clockwork Apostles mostly refer to him as Set, his verse and sermon name. I call him Sil, because I'm not a doe-eyed idiot.
I like this guy.
Another newcomer, eh? Well, if it isn't my second favorite assistant. What a fortuitous turn of events. I shouldn't be surprised. Yeah, this promises to be
Perhaps we can complete a writ or two on our downtime. Hmm?
It's like, here I am shitting on elves, and yet this guy proves that not all of them are bad.
So that pompous high elf got his hooks in you too, huh? I told my brother Raynor we should go it alone, but any house in an ash storm, right? Speaking of Raynor, he might need your help. Depends on your definition of trouble, I guess. He's down in the ravine, playing with the firepot spiders for some reason. He wouldn't tell me more. Unfortunately, those spiders have a tendency to, you know, explode.
Like I said, he didn't want to discuss it. Probably whipped up an automata disrupting spoon twirler or something. He gets like this sometimes. Just check in on him. He's clumsy and those apostles' mechanical limbs look expensive. Thanks for the help. Raynor's smart, but you can't smart a spider to death, you know? Well, Naramo said we needed something to offer this Varuni character, but from what I can tell, she doesn't really need anything. So I asked myself, what do you get the person who has everything?
Get her a cannon. Bitches love cannons.
A home-cooked meal, Argonian pottery, or information. Since I'm a terrible cook, and we're worlds away from Black Marsh, I think I'll go with the third thing. This brass fortress is brimming with gossip. I just need to listen for it. Wish me luck.
Sergeant Boldan, this one has the gold you requested. Will you still sponsor me?
I gave you my word, didn't I?
Come, Cat. We can discuss the specifics in my office.
1,000 blessings, Walker. Lankin has much to offer the Brass Fortress.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
Why do I have the feeling he's gonna wind up in like a really shit position? Nailed it.
Hello again. So strange. I'm glad to see you, but I must admit, the statistics are staggering. What are the odds of us meeting here, again, in an extraplanar space? Kirith? So you've joined our band of outsiders. Welcome. Now look, I may lack Kirith's natural talent with a blade, but I can accomplish this on my own. Varuni's sure to sponsor us once I deliver this. Who am I kidding? These firepot spiders contain a highly unstable oil-like fluid. The dangers inherent to acquiring it make it very valuable indeed. I discovered a way to prevent the spiders from detonating. But even diffused, they're more than capable of killing me. So you'll do it? Yes, of course! If you attract the spider's attention, I can use this tonal dampener to disarm their ignition coils. Just a simple matter of inverting their threat assessment array and... Sorry. I can get carried away sometimes. Expertly done.
Done. What's next?
One more, and I think we've got it.
I just hope that this follower doesn't get pissy with me if I start to fish. Oh, he doesn't seem to be bitching. So why you would fish in oily water is beyond me. In fact, I'm not going to let myself get distracted with that.
Brilliant! We really made short work of those spiders, didn't we? Take the oil to Varuni. Neramo said she has an office in the Clockwork Basilica.
Into the orb.
Do we have time to interrogate some of the locals? Think of the mystic quandaries we could resolve.
You have no right to treat me like this. I'm a member of House Lalu, and I demand to speak to someone.
Your house. Ah, yes, I remember. The Great Houses. The antiquated hierarchy of authority which the Dark Elves chain themselves with.
What? I won't take this disrespect. Show me to someone of authority, now!
Do you truly believe that is the way of things here?
Nah, get fucked. I see a quest. I see a quest.
How dare you, Kermit? Your mother wanted
That display of emotion isn't indicative of the people of Slagtown. Khamid lost his mother in the last pilgrimage, and that's made him angry at the world. He has a point. Once an oracle of sorts. Thank you. Unfortunately.
I'll prove the prognosticator is a fraud. See if I don't.
Man, there are a lot of quests that involve going to the Outlaws' Refuge here.
And just as I promised, my assistant arrives. You brought a gift for our sponsor, right?
Yeah, but first let me just loot her office for anything worthwhile. Well, that's useful.
Oh, that sounds delicious. I'd be happy to taste test it for you.
Oh, okay, I get it now. If I have Sharp with me, I can catch trophy fish. If I have this guy with me, I can find containers inside of containers that contain useful patterns or maps or stuff like that.
Fitting auxiliary. Is your friend correct? Did you bring an offering? Fire Patwell. Tremendous. And you managed to keep all 10 fingers. I'm impressed. Thank you. Now, to the matter of your citizenship. You're clearly a capable warrior, but in the Clockwork City, mental precision is of paramount importance. A number of outsiders have gone missing in recent weeks. I fear someone might be abducting them, or worse. Try to keep this inquiry quiet, all right? In the Clockwork City, even a small creak in the gears can draw curious eyes.
So, ready to do a bit of sleuthing? I'm confident that we can find this elusive evidence, but it will require some skullduggery. Breaking and entering to be... Varuni suspects that someone destroyed city records. But if my study of Dwemer ruins has taught me anything, it's that nothing is ever truly destroyed. You just need... Sneaking into the depository is impossible for us. But Sotha Sil's clockwork automata enter and exit the structure constantly. I discovered a way to control one such automata, a device known as a skivaton. I'm sure you're duly impressed. No, you are. I will provide if you have questions, you should...
Wait a minute, isn't a skivaton a little robot mouse?
As I said before, those tarnished redundants down in the slums are no concern of yours. I instructed the constabulary to keep a strict eye on them.
Yes, that Constable Baldan's done an admirable job. Even so, tarnished and exodromals enter the Basilica far too often.
And what of these rumors? Black-robed figures lurking on the edge of the radius?
Honestly, Diwa, settle the boilers, I will never let tarnished or exodromals or mysterious robed ghosts disrupt our work, believe me.
Am I hearing the mumblings of potential Daedra? I must be lagging something fierce.
I'm no expert in trinket valuation, but I know magic.
Excellent. We have a strong signal. Now, to find Varuni's evidence. Wait. Yes. Go straight, then left. The central depository must be on a different floor. expertly done. That grate should lead to the central depository and our evidence.
I will say this is actually a really creative use of like just a miscellaneous creature.
Is there a tea shop here? Can you imagine the exotic herbal blends we could procure here?
All right, let me see what you found. Yes, I believe these recordings correspond to the dates of the disappearances. There's something more. Look here. The last person to access the records was a BAL-167. Circumstantial at best. We might already have a lead. I shared Varuni's concerns with Kira.
Yes, driving your car.
And she insisted on looking into the matter herself. She cited Constable Baldon as a person of interest. His office should be southwest of here.
That part is a lie.
Ah, there you are. Done playing with Naramo's wind-up toys? I think I'm onto... I did a little asking around. Word is, Constable Baldan will sponsor anyone as long as they can pay. Where they go after he takes their gold, that's anybody's guess. Luckily, we're here to sort it out. Here, I surveyed the building. Someone left the door to Baldan's storage loft unlocked. It should provide a great view of his office. Climb up there and wait. When I offer a bribe, you record the conversation on that memory stone. Then we've got him.
Oh, be careful, Kirith. You're probably gonna wind up being an abductee.
Baldan, I've got your gold. Will you sponsor me for citizenship?
Oh, I'll take your offer. But sponsorship? That's for the living, you tarnished scum.
The living what?
Do it. Well, what are you idling for? Gather up the gold and dump her with the others. We don't want anyone finding our latest visitor.
I knew it! And people tell me I'm paranoid when I say that elves can't be trusted.
There you are. Naramo said you'd be around here somewhere. Have you seen Kirith? Is she with you? He what? How could she? We have to rescue her. You don't have any idea where they took her, do you? Yes, of course. I'll get help. Maybe I could even put together some kind of tonal locator. Bah, not enough time. What would Kirith do? She would investigate. Yeah, I'll get the others. You hurry off to That's what the locals call the slums in the northeast corner of the fortress. I must admit, I was surprised to find a tenement like that in Sotha Sil's holy city. Then again, practically everything here has come as a surprise.
Oh boy, we're going to fucking place I need to go anyway.
We can't take a portal?
Oil those ankles and keep walking, Green Heel. This one has nothing to say to you.
Well, fuck you too! How about I just kill you and have you skinned?
You outsiders are all the same. Cutting into the queues, poaching our salvage, sneering and putting on airs. You're no better than us.
Yes.
And so you prove my point. Always trouble, always violence, and poor Saiba is caught in the middle. This on you. Baldan probably threw your friend into the fundament. A maze beneath the city. If you go after her, neither of you will come out again.
Old man noises?
And when a customer enters the store, what do we say?
Welcome, citizen.
Good. And when they ask how much something is, what do we say then?
Cease your actions, or you will be taken into custody.
Shaw's bones. This useless pile of brass used to be a guard of some sort. It's harmless now, though. Well, mostly harmless.
Awareness rating 62%.
Okay, so after a point, the humanoid automata kind of stop being a thing.
That was intellectually stimulating.
Into the fundament.
Threw you in here too, did they? I knew I couldn't be the only one Constable Boldan got the drop on. You're right, we should. And I could, but not yet. I met another one of Boldan's victims, a Khajiit named Lankin.
I knew it!
He's been scraping it out down here, but he's no warrior. I told him I'd get him out. Unfortunately, we got separated. That's the spirit. I managed to yank this sword out of a corpse nearby. It's not much, but you don't need a sharp edge to deal with these factotums. Just a heavy swing and a lot of patience. You ready? Is that? No, thank goodness. The body's far too old. Let's keep looking.
Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Decent hiding place, but no Lankin. We should keep looking.
Time for tea then.
Oh.
Another empty camp. Damn. He must be here somewhere.
It's been going okay.
Is that a pot on the stove? Someone was cooking. And recently. We must be close. we're getting you out of here.
Right moons above. Please, let's leave this dungy place.
Kirith! Thank goodness! Don't suppose you found anything of interest down there?
Enough. I'm glad to see you weren't lying, Raynor Vanos.
That bastard Baldan threw me into the fundament.
Ridiculous. I've never seen this woman in my life.
Liar! You tossed this one in as well!
This Raynor Vanos made some very bold claims. If you have evidence of Constable Baldan's crimes, I suggest you produce it. Huh. You're more resourceful than you look. Little wonder Devaith chose you as his companion. Set knows he needs the help. I'll hold Baldan under guard until I've had an opportunity.
All right, all right.
As for you, you're free to go.
All right, hang on. Hang on. Let's see. What will I drink? Fuck it. It's been a bit since I've had Woodford. What do you mean, no?
Luciana?
I don't have Malibu, and Fireball is fucking disgusting.
Don't trouble yourself, Aruni. You know how persuasive I can be.
I do. That's what worries me.
Do your worst, you tin-legged hag.
Set help you if she does, Constable. That fool has no idea what he's in for.
Choco Vine. Oh, no. Hell no. All right. No more putting it off. Yeah. I wouldn't do a straight shot of Everclear if you paid me. Well, maybe if you paid me.
Baldan can't have accomplished all this by himself. Erasing records, accessing derelict sections of the fundament, these aren't the acts of a simple mer. Someone helped him. Now it's just a matter of finding out who. I do, one way or another. For now, let's celebrate your achievement. You showed initiative, creativity, bravery, all qualities befitting a servant of Set. You shall have my sponsorship. Of course, each of them played a role in your success, and each of them will share the rewards. Go speak to the Clockwork Registrar and the Chancellor of Records. It will add your name to the codices, and you'll be one of us. Again, you have my thanks.
You'll regret this. Mark me, Proctor. You will regret this.
I doubt that. Get this tarnished piece of scrap out of my sight. Enjoy prison, you scheming brat.
Ah, it seems I arrived just in time.
I'm still curious to know how Nocturnal is gonna factor into all of this. Because it's clear from the fact that there are creatures of the Evergloom present.
The cultural research opportunities in extra-nern settlements like this are, well, incalculable.
It's like, I always do enjoy it when a fucking Daedric Prince is brought up. And not just in passing, but as an actual, like, story element.
By the word, I wind the gears. Please state your business or depart. Welcome, potential resident. Please speak your birth name, followed by the name of your sponsor.
Dreaming. Torchbugs. Overturned jar.
Sponsorship confirmed and archived. The light of knowledge, Sotha Sil, welcomes you to the Brass Fortress. Go forth and create.
Well, I'd say that all worked out splendidly. As one journey ends, another begins. I imagine there's much more to discover here in Sotha Sil's Clockwork City. I can finally begin my exploration in earnest. Now that we've earned our citizenship, I can apply for excavation permits, antiquity transportation licenses. Oh dear. Come to think of it, I might not be able to begin for quite some time. They proved useful.
Okay.
Raynor's theories need some work, and Kirith's refusal to listen to reason caused me no small measure of anxiety. But on the whole, I value your service and partnership.
Mora has his eyes on
Good.
you.
We have
I
much to
can
discuss.
feel it.
Do they fear? Here? It is a true pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I imagine it is now, and I'll be on your way.
Yes. Well, be seeing you, Assistant. Good day, Lord Fear.
Come, we need to talk.
Am I going to do a 24-hour stream? Probably not. Like, I'm probably gonna take a break to get some food in my stomach at some point. Like, I've only been snacking. I haven't actually had real food. There has been a spider in my office. Motherfucker.
So you're a citizen now. Well done. I heard something about a constable tossing people down sewer drains. Even in this shrine to knowledge, drooling idiots bumble their way to power. Ludicrous. Moving on. I require your services once more.
Whoa. Standing up a little too quick. Mm. Oh boy.
It's Sotha Sil. Shortly after you and I parted company, I sought him out to discuss our Daedric artifact. I fear something is askew. His habits, his diction, the timbre of his voice, they've all changed, albeit subtly. Worse. Initially, I dismissed it as boredom, fatigue, or even the first signs of senility. But now, after observing him at length, I can say with certainty, this is not the Sotha Sil I know. There's Daedric mischief here, and we will root it out. We will leverage your hard-earned citizenship to make inquiries. First, I will make it known that in light of your recent exploits, I offered to take you on as my aide, an offer you eagerly accepted. As the most powerful mage in the Brast Fortress, I find it difficult to have proper conversations with common folk. They grow silent at my approach, then whisper as I leave. An appropriate, but sadly uninformative display of deference. Indeed, it's commonly understood that servants grumble about their masters, loudly, to those they consider equals. Ask them about Sotha Sil's recent behavior. I'm confident we'll find something of value tucked away in their churlish complaints. You have questions, of course. Ask what you must. The forces at work here are cunning.
Actually, you know what? I might actually take a break here and walk to McDonald's. Figure by the time I get there, they'll be open. Because they're cheap, they're easy. And kind of like me. Like, it's cheap, it's easy. I actually kind of want a sausage egg McMuffin. A hash brown. Like if I'm gonna stream a little bit later today, I'll probably be something other than this. Maybe maybe today I'll actually play a little bit more Four Swords. First and foremost, I need to get some real food in my stomach, or otherwise I'm just gonna collapse into a heap and just be useless. Which, you know, me being collapsed in a heap might be useful in some situations for some people, but in this situation, not so much. Let's just check this real quick.
Go find another beggar to bother. I've got more important things to do than carry some apostle's hopeful sack of dirty laundry. Paul Batten's an old fool and a coward. He knows that the prognosticator provides nothing but false hope and dangerous dreams to our people. That's what got my mother killed. Prove that the prognosticator... You want to help? I've never gone. Of course I...
The Veil of Tears. Well. I'm gonna log out here. I'm gonna call it here. I'll be back a little bit later, probably in a few hours, and I'll be back with some retro gaming. Maybe a little retro gaming, maybe a little ESO, maybe even a little League of Legends if you want to see me play the game like absolute shit and watch me lose my temper in a matter of seconds. But yes, I will be back a little bit later. Give me a little patience.